Well, hello, my friends. Long time no see. It has taken me 5 days of quarantine to gather up the materials and the courage to teach you about crepe wool hair. First of all, I just want to know where you are and how everybody's doing. So post in the discussion below here and tell us what you're up to, how things are going, where you are. This is a really, really bizarre way to conclude our semester, but we will never forget it. So, stuff that you will need to do crepe hair. Your latex and a sponge. Remember, it'll ruin your brushes. And that little piece of tulle fabric. I went into quarantine really quickly and I didn't have time to get tulle fabric. So I have experimented and I have a substitute. You can use a brush for spirit gum, and you'll want your spirit gum remover as well. If you don't have spirit gum remover, peanut butter will work. Then you have your crepe wool hair, which looks something like this, and which when you straighten it will turn more like this. And then you'll want your styling tools as well. It comes like this first, and it's got twine that it's braided around. And when you take the twine out, you don't want any of that. If you have twine in yours, get rid of it. You end up with this really, really springy stuff. And you need to straighten it a bit so that you can use it. And that's how a little bit like this is going to be long enough to do something with. In order to straighten it, you will also need an iron and some damp paper towels. First thing you're gonna do is take your length of crepe wool hair. You wanna make sure that you're not going to melt anything and get it stuck to the iron. If you're using your mom's iron, this is especially true. This is not real hair. It will melt if you get it under really high heat. So I have my iron set on its lowest heat that says nylon or acrylic. I find it easier to do one side at a time. So I'll lay this down and set my iron on it and just kind of gently pull it out like that. I think I want it a little bit straighter. I'm gonna turn it over, dry it under the iron again. Everything being damp will help to prevent a disaster. It will also help the synthetic hair to relax. Your effect will look the most convincing if you use a mix of colors. This, for instance, is a very, very flat brown color. In order to create a convincing illusion, I'm going to want to mix it with some of the darker brown color. Welcome to my house, by the way. Here we are in my living room. Great. Oh, I haven't introduced you to our model today. I know, that's an amazing hairstyle. Take your lengths of crepe hair and you want to go with the same length. So I'm going to trim this. So I have my two colors. I need to get them mixed together really well. The way I'm going to do this is just by pulling it apart and putting it back together from the middle, pinching in the middle. Try not to mess up the length because that'll get really annoying when you're trying to apply the hair. So you're just going to keep doing this to mix them together. A nice distribution. This one's kind of clumpy. Okay, so how do you get this forest over here? Start with a small enough amount to work with. Once you've got it all mixed together, just take a little bit. So before you apply anything to your face, the tulle and the liquid latex will make it so that you can reuse the thing. I didn't have tulle, so I used a little piece of fabric with liquid latex, and you would just apply that first with a layer of latex, and then the tulle, and then a couple layers of latex that you let dry in between over the tulle, and then you can start laying the hair in over the tulle. And when you go to take the whole thing off, you can just peel it off and you'll be able to use it again. If you think you might want to use it for a future project and you don't want to do all of this over again, might be a good idea. I have this piece here. And I'm going to pinch this end of it, and I'm trying to make it, I don't want to waste a lot if I can help it. I'm trying to make it smooth and straight and get it more or less lined up lengthwise if I can. I am going to do the spirit gum first. You want the spirit gum to get a little bit tacky. So we're gonna give Kim here some nice sideburns. You'll probably have to apply spirit gum more than once as you're doing this. You want to start at the bottom though of what you're doing because you want to layer it, stack it up. I'm going to cut this in half. So these should all be about the same length. Spread those out a little bit. And then, this is important, just kind of go and slide it so that you have an angled surface that you're working with, and that will give you more surface area to stick it on. Try to stick just the ends of the hair. You don't want to lay it down flat, it'll look bizarre. Just the ends stuck in the spirit gum is what you want. And if you have even like a toothpick or something, it's helpful for kind of keeping the hairs separated so you don't end up with a bizarre matted thing. Okay, I'm gonna take my other piece here. Make sure it's about, it looks pretty straight. The reason you want it straight is because if the ends of the hair aren't all touching, you're gonna be shedding like crazy. So you wanna make sure that all the ends are making contact with spirit gum, or as many as you can. It's going to shed no matter what, because it's just the nature of the beast. Gonna do my little slidey right here, and then lay it right here. And use a really light touch. You don't want it to get matted down. You see what I'm doing? Push that down just a little bit. So it's this delicate art of trying to get it stuck, but not plastered down. I'm just going to do one more to finish this off. You want to meet the hairline. You want to, in fact, if you can pull your own hair or your model's hair over the top of the hair, that'll help to blend it all out and create your convincing illusion. Slidey. I'm at a weird angle, sorry. I'm just kind of like pushing the hair into the spirit gum. And that spirit gum might have been getting a little bit dry. I maybe should have applied a little bit of fresh spirit gum before attempting to put more hair on it. See what happens when it starts to get stuck down? It looks clumpy. So you want to break up clumps, spread them apart. It's really helpful if you can just grab the head like this. We'll say that's done. Let the spirit gum dry. Don't attempt this until the spirit gum is dry. Comb. Okay. This shedding is bound to happen. You might find that you need to apply more after you comb out. You're like, oh, this is looking kind of thin. Okay, and then you get to style it. You can go raid your parents' like toiletries kit or something and get some of these. You get to decide what this style is going to be. Shape it with your scissors. And that's crepe wool hair. Let me know what your questions are in the comments below. Chances are someone else will have the same question. You'll be peeling off you can do a mustache, you can do a goatee, you can do sideburns. I don't recommend starting with your eyebrows because you don't want to get spirit gum in your eyebrows, and do it around your eyes. Once you peel off the latex, any spirit gum that's left over, just use a cotton ball and your spirit gum remover, or you can seriously use peanut butter and it will work great. I miss you. It's weird doing this alone in my house. It does, however, smell better than it does in Hilltop. I hope you're all social distancing and taking good care of yourselves, and I'll probably be posting another video soon.